Principles of Microeconomics. That is what we are going to deal with now today, ladies and gentlemen. Key principles of microeconomics. I said microeconomics is doing things, on simpler terms, is doing things in a company at a small scale, taking decisions that will support the company so that the owners get profits. I mentioned that there are individuals there to do that kind of work. I talked about the resources that are needed. We need capital resources, human resources, and other kinds of resources to make the company work. So we need to take the decisions from bottom up. We are not considering things at a bigger scale like regional and continental. We are here in our company, we are deciding about us and the company and the product we want to sell or the products we want to manufacture. So those at a small scale decisions are taken internally by us, by the executives, by the workers, and everybody else concerned. But now, what are the key principles of microeconomics? I'm going to mention four key principles. Now, things you need to understand, things you need to know when you are dealing with microeconomics within your company. Now, you must understand that you need to have prices of whatever you are going to sell. Right? Prices are very important. But how do you get to prices? Prices are determined by the law of supply and demand. Prices are determined by the law of supply and demand. Who is demanding what? Who is supplying what? At what price? Now the price will depend on the cost of production, right? How much are you going to pay to manufacture this product? And then when you know how much you are going to pay to manufacture, you will also know at how much will you be selling the product, because you need not sell below the cost you have encountered. You can't do that. Prices are determined by the law of supply and demand, right? Suppliers offer the same price demanded by the consumers. Why I'm saying this? Can you sell anything that is not demanded by anybody? What if people don't want to pay the price you are giving for these goods? What if you are too expensive? They won't buy. Right? You try by all means to meet their needs and their pockets. You don't go way above the required price. So your consumers have a role to play in the determination of the price of goods. You sell something at a price that will be affordable to the consumers. That is what this means. Suppliers offer the same price demanded by the consumers. You rely on your consumers. You need to satisfy them. This creates economic equilibrium. I mentioned the economic equilibrium. Now, the suppliers are satisfying their customers. The customers want to buy the product on condition you are selling it at a certain price. So once the consumers and the suppliers agree on the price, that means now everything, the economics now is at an equilibrium. Nobody is complaining. Nobody is saying no. Everybody is happy. The seller is happy and the buyer is happy. That is economic equilibrium. Now, production theory. That is principle number 2. Production theory. What does production theory mean? This principle is the study of how goods and services are created or manufactured. We call it production theory. How are you going to manufacture the goods? How are you going to create a product to sell? We call that theory of production. Right? There are decisions still to be taken along those lines. And then we also have cost of production. I have already mentioned cost of production. You think about the cost first, because before you have a company, you must also have money. Because whatever you're going to create, even if you are going to create this table, you must have money to buy wood to create the table. So that wood you are buying, it contributes. It contributes to the cost of production, because you pay first before you produce. Cost of production. That is the principle number 3. There's cost when you are producing. There is cost. So we call the principle of cost of production. You pay. That's why some people go to the banks to borrow money, knowing very well that I want to manufacture bicycles. This is just an example. I want to manufacture bicycles, and there is cost in doing that. So let me go and borrow money and start my business. So basically we want to say the resources you are going to use are costly. You need money, right? So this is the cost of resources. Yeah. Labor economics. I have talked to all individuals within company. I've talked about the employees, for instance. Labor, people who are going to work here, you are not going to work alone when you are building these bicycles. So labor economics also is there. That is workers and the employers. They decide on how much to pay one another. That involves wages, because nobody is going to work free. So workers and employers understanding the patterns of wages, how are they going to be paid? The decisions must be taken there. How much? At what time? On what date? So those are the things should be taken care of. Employment and income, if you want. Employment and income. So people are there to work for their children. They want to put food on the table. You cannot employ them. You cannot afford to employ them, and you end up not paying them. So all those issues are called labor economics. Let me summarize these basic principles of microeconomics. Basic principles, I said number 1, demand, supply, and equilibrium. That is number 1. Number 2, production theory. How we manufacture, how we create. Number 3, cost of production. There is money we need. Number 4, labor economics. We have people here who are working. We have people to be paid. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your microeconomics, because next time we are going to talk about macroeconomics. Now it's M-A-C-R-O, macroeconomics. Whereas the first one was microeconomics, M-I-C-R-O. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the videos. Keep on consulting. You are even writing exams now. Don't forget, there are notes there for you. I told you that a video is very short. Go back to my notes in my website. Download them. You must own them so that you go back. You'll find that I have about 80 pages in one manual. 80 pages. 70, 150, 200. You see, it goes on. Pages. So I have documents. So this, what I'm saying here, is just introductory to introduce you to the topic. That's it. Go and download the notes and support me as well, because you pay when you are downloading. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.